What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to KuyaCraft. I'm your host, Kuya. Thank you so much for joining me again today. And boy, do we have some work to do today. Let's just jump straight into things, and you'll notice I did some renovating. We've done a little bit of renovating. Let's head down here real quick, and we'll show you what all we got done. As last episode, you noticed that I got a lot of digging done. This is going to open up some possibilities for us. You got a little bit of work down there. I'll show you here in just a few minutes. The only thing that's left really to dig out will be this little chunk right here. We got half of it done. That chunk, and then these three water vators. We got one right here coming up, as well as one right here, and then the middle one, of course. We're going to be knocking those out. We'll be getting rid of those in today's episode. And if we take a look down here, whoosh. We did some work, got all this hooked up on a stream. Well, started getting it hooked up on a stream. Then I went over and played some golf with some people. But as you know, this is our mob farm all the way down this one. And our items will go out the back side over there, out a hopper thing, going into a water vader that runs them across right here through the item sorters. The item sorters, of course, are hooked up for each item that we want to keep. And that will sort the items for us. As we kind of over here, this will be the one that gets rid of all the excess things that we don't need. But once they're sorted, they will go into this little system. It's the same system I showed you for the kelp farm that will automatically add them all to a shulker box for us. The shulker box will be dispensed. Words are hard. Dispensed right here. And when it gets full, it'll break it and shoot it down here. Now, originally, I was planning on... Nope. Oh, well, that's okay. It's still a little difficult to fly around in my base, but that's okay. We'll survive. Originally, I was going to keep this entire setup all the way around. And then just have, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20... Yeah, all 40 items come up its own personal water vader. That's a lot of water vaders. And originally it was meant to kind of save on hoppers, which is the point. We're getting rid of all the hoppers. I've knocked out the item sorters here and things, and it was meant to do that. Well, change of plans. Had an idea, had a great thought. We knocked out this full wall and that full wall. And what I want to do is hook up the farms that we have up here. There we go. These 5, as well as those 5, which I've thought about taking this down to 4. Removing 1. That way we could have 5 guys over here and 5 guys over there. And sort of make it a little more symmetrical. But not too much. But it's really no big issue. No deal. We can use it, so we'll leave it that way. But those 10 different items will each have their own double column here, so that it can fill up shulker boxes of each and every one of them. Now, all the rest of the items, like the bone meal, we don't need to collect for that. We don't need a lot of the stuff from the mob farm. The only thing we really need is the zombie flesh. The cow, the steak, the leather, which I guess the leather goes, but the steak, there's a bunch of farms that don't get used for up there. So what I want to do here on these 2 walls is actually hook up Cub Fan 135's 1 million item storage system. I think that would be absolutely amazing, and honestly, it fits very well. His design is actually made for an even numbered base, so that's going to work out real well. We can have the section that you actually look at right here. This will be the kind of the workstation, and then up this column and this column will be a whole bunch of double chest. It'll look really good. It gives us room to design something around it. We may build it up a little bit, that way we walk up to it, things like that, and I think that'll look really good. That will give us plenty of space. These things can run the entire time I'm on. I don't have to worry about coming in, filling it up, turning it off, turning it on, things like that. It can run the entire time because, like I said last episode, we moved spawn to right here. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Let me grab some stuff and let's get to it. Alright guys, we are back. I got a little bit of work done. As you can see, I built it up a little bit. That's mostly so there's less room up here to deal with. I'll show what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. If I've got what we need, I don't know that I do. Actually, maybe. Maybe we can try some of these out. These newer blocks. I don't think I was going to go andesite, but let's try out some of these things and see what we think. Let's just go with a few. We'll go 30. We'll go 32. Just, well, why not? Yeah. So what we got here is these hoppers right here will be where you can like throw the shulker boxes into. If you just take them out, you drop them from the chest, they'll show up right here, and you can get what you need, things like that. Now, this will of course be a loading system to go into it. Through this dropper, we'll get all that hooked up later, and these are our chests that will hold all the items. So technically, if you really want to be technical, we are losing space in this build. If I were to run, we're saving space by losing space. If I were to run all 40 individual water lines up, this place would be full of nothing but of water vaders coming up, and then hoppers running all over the place up here. So we're saving space out there by kind of narrowing our space down in here. So instead of each column getting its own section of 10 double chest, we're going to fit all the random things that we don't use for trading into these 20 chests, as well as 20 more chests over here. So overall, we're not losing a whole lot of space. 20, 40... we're not losing a whole lot of space with it. We'll have, let's see, I say 20 double chests, 10 double chests here, 10 double chests there. That's 20 double chests, 40 chests. There we go. I'll get my math right. Don't ever math on camera. It's not good, but you can see what we got going on here. It's going to knock down a little bit of the room. Not much. And I'll do this. I don't know if this is the materials I really want to use here. I don't know yet. We'll take a look. I've not used these blocks yet, so not bad. They're different. We'll leave them for now, but this is the space we're going to be working in. This is what you will see, meaning all of this area I could actually set up as a different type of storage. I could honestly organize these. This is more or less just to hold everything. We will be color coding all the shulker boxes that go for each farm, and this will just hold them, maybe even temporarily, until we come over here and do some work. I don't know. We got some wiggle room here. We got a lot of room to wiggle around with and play with. So let me get a little more work done, and we'll catch you here in a minute. So a little more work has been done. As you can tell, we got carpets here. We got dropper thingies here. We got hoppers up there, and we got a torch right there. Just a regular torch. It's not doing anything but putting off light. No. Okay, so what we've got done so far is we've got all of these chests hooked up via hoppers up here. This will be our input chest. I couldn't go with the stone, smooth stone blocks because I didn't realize at the time you needed a chest here. This is input. This is just let you put whatever here, and it goes back into this system. So I didn't realize that at the time. This one's purely for show because symmetry. But we've got this little lever. This right here will determine what happens in this area later on. This, of course, is the manual version of that. And over here, we have a torch tower attached to this dropper vader, so that when we do input, if we throw a shulker box, which I don't have right now, we'll throw the water bucket in there instead. It goes through the system. You can see the redstone activate, sending it all the way up, and then it will start filling up here. So that's what we've got done so far. Now we need to get a few more little things hooked up. Of course, we got to get it hooked up so that this works. We've got all the hoppers and things. We just need some redstone mechanics so that it will automatically dispense there. We will need the area where this comes into play. This lever will determine whether we have it for unload mode, so I can come up here and take stuff out and move on, or auto load mode, which means if it's full, it will automatically get crushed, put back into the system. And that's for the most part where we're going to leave it, is that mode. So as soon as it comes into the system, it gets automatically added straight into these chests, though. That is the idea. Let's get a lot more work done, and we'll be back here in just a moment. And a lot more work has been done. In fact, we're actually finished with this thing. So let's see here. We've got a few things installed. Well, we got a lot of things installed, to be completely honest with you. Can I just go ahead and take a little mention and say that this has been a pain in the patootie to work around, because most of that is directly on the path of our call line for our trade items up there. So I had to move it out and move it over, and still getting a little bit of issues here and there, but nothing that I think will affect anything. Of course, I'll attempt to try it again here in just a little bit, make sure. But yeah, we got a lot done. This is completely hooked up now, so when you put an item in, you saw that it's up here. We also hooked it up so that when we break the shulker box here, it will do the same. It goes straight into the system and then fills up here first and then across and over. We got this little mechanism hooked up, and this light right here shows you that it's working. If I can get back here, and there we go. So when we flip that lever, you can't really see it. It's a little bit difficult here. I believe this is it. Yeah, flip that lever, this gets powered, it goes over, and it locks this repeater right here, which toggles whether we want it to automatically break if it's full, or it will, or we can have it so that it doesn't break when it's full. One or the other. We can take stuff out, things like that. So that's what that one does. This one, of course, just does that. This lamp is hooked up. Well, they're both technically the exact same up here. The comparator's pulling a signal out of that hopper, as well as over here. This is just mirrored. And what it's doing is it's saying, hey, when this hopper is full, thanks to this redstone block, when this hopper is full, well, technically this one, if this hopper is full, it sends a signal all the way through and powers this lamp. That tells me that this chest is full and this hopper is full, and that is half of the system completely full. This one over here just tells me the system is 100% full, which is okay. I don't know exactly how I want to go about doing it, or if we will need to do it, but if possible, if we do need to, if we need to turn farms off, we will be taking the signal straight out of this. So when this hopper gets full, that says, okay, this entire system is full. This signal will go out and turn off all the farms that are attached to this one. So that is the plan. That's kind of where we're heading, what we're doing, and things like that. For right now, we do need to hook up all of that. We'll need one water vader for all those except the last one, which I believe is rotten flesh. The rest of them will be hooked up fine. And I believe we can hook those directly. I believe right here will work. They will come up all the way over, and I'll just connect it straight into this hopper right here. And I think that'll work. Pretty sure. Positive. We'll probably put it into this one just to be safe. We'll run it up like so. And then I think we are pretty well safe to run this one out and around like that. And this will come through. The shulker box will come through. It'll go over in and then through this, giving the signal to dispense it here in just a second. So that is all good, I think. Now, all we have to do is mirror this over here. So, yeah. I think with the magic of editing, it's going to be done. And voila. See? Told you. The magic of editing. Now, because of the magic of editing, I've actually recorded this clip 3 times because my program decided it didn't want to record. And I didn't realize that until we finished the whole stinking thing. So yeah, that was lovely. Sorry guys, I thought I had it recorded, went back, looked, and no, it did not record. So, what we got done is we got the whole thing duplicated over here. Like, it's not mirrored. I didn't go with the full mirror. That way it's the crafting table's on the right side, both sides. Too much work to do it the other way. But we came up with a little design that I talked about, and actually when we designed this part together, this little side here, and then I did all the rest of it off camera and got the other side done, and went back to look, and all of a sudden, hey, there's no video there. So apologize. So I put in some extra chest here. There's an extra 16 on each side, so an extra 32 chest on each side, and I think that's going to work out pretty well. So when this thing, if and when this thing does get done and absolutely full, and that light comes on right there, we can empty that stuff out and put it over here. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Basically 16 sections of 4 for all these if and when they get full. So that is something we shouldn't have to worry about. I did a little bit of calculations, and this entire room should hold 23 million items. We now have a 23 million item storage room for our automatic farms. That is absolutely insane. I love it. So I'm super hyped about that. As we were discussing beforehand, I will be getting these hooked up all together so they can run up here and go straight into this system. Something else to take note of is we're going to have, as far as water item elevators go, we need one for each of our tradable items. So these 10 items will have their own water elevator, and then all the other farms will meet together and go through the same item elevator into these storage systems right here. So 12 total item elevators, which isn't bad. That's not too bad. I'm really looking forward to that. They should not back up. They shouldn't be able to back up. The item elevators won't back up. The only issue with things I'm afraid that might back up will be the shulker loading stations. If it gets too quick for them, they might back up a little bit. But if they do back up, we shouldn't have an issue. The things, all the excess stuff. Why? Go away. All the excess stuff will just move on over to a disposal system for each farm. So honestly, this thing should never back up. It should never have any issues or I'm falling or anything like that. I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. I did want to mention these windows. I put those in there just to be a little different than everything else. I think for the most part, this stays along with the theme we've had going through the remainder of this side. This just kind of differentiates it a little bit. I like using the hoppers here, or the droppers here. They were actually, these are necessary. So these over here are just decorative, but that kind of changes up the texture. And then the glass in the background, that way you can kind of look and it changes depending on where you're standing. So that changes up a few things, and I think that's nice. I like that. So I'm pretty happy with the way this has turned out. 23 million items in this storage room. So that is awesome. But guys, that is all I'm going to have time for today. I will get the rest of this stuff hooked up, probably off camera, because it's just going to be monotonous. You watched me build. Well, I don't guess you did. You watch me build that? I don't even remember now. But it's a pretty simple build. See, there you go. That's all there is to it for each shulker thing. So I'm going to build the rest of those. That's basically all that's going to be done. I'm going to build a bunch of these for each farm, and then build up a water elevator for everything. So that would be boring. Don't need to do that on camera. So guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all have enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button for me. It really does help out more than you know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and leave me a comment down below. All the links are in the description down below. And with that being said, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. And until next time, have fun, be good, and we'll see you all later.